Speaking of doing something extraordinary with the obviously ordinary, here's something with a glass and a package of gum. And actually, Chris, can I borrow something from you? Do you have a dime? A dime would be great.
Yeah.
Great, perfect. Great, okay, what do we got here? Remember 2002, keep that in mind. Now watch. Bring the camera in real carefully. I want you to, this is just weird. I'm gonna take the dime, tap it against the gum and watch, just like this, look. Now, there's the dime. And in the glass, the gum. The master magician, Di Vernon, once said that magic is not confusion. Okay? He doesn't say that as much anymore. He's dead. But I think he has a point. I think generally you want your magic to be as clear and direct as possible. However, I think too many performers limit their performance with their words by overly describing what has happened. And this trick is a great example of something obviously inexplicable and magical that happens, but nobody knows quite what just happened. Now, if it was just a second where there was no evidence, it would just be this confusing. But the fact that you finish and you have this image that locks in very clearly, that's not possible. That is surreal, it's dreamlike. You borrow a dime, the next moment the dime's in here. Because of how it finishes and because this ending resonates with people, my experience is even though it may not be easily described what happened, it always hits people hard. It shouts surreal, bizarre, inexplicable, even if the effect itself, exactly what happened, isn't totally clear. What I've done is I got some one of these slightly larger. Sometimes they come in the smaller pieces. It doesn't work as well. The slightly larger. I guess it's a 9-pack, ladies and gentlemen, a 9-pack here. And I carefully popped out the gum. Okay, carefully popped it out, but made sure I didn't disturb the aluminum foil too much, and then worked the dime inside. Okay, so that's just the dime in there. And what you may want to do is have the date showing. There's some advantages to that if you want to have the date showing. And let's assume the date on this is 2001. I've memorized the date. I've got that in there like this. I've got this in my pocket. And as long as there's a glass, I mean, this is all I need here. This is all I need. I've got those, okay? Now, I have that. Bring that into play. I say, does someone have a dime? And as soon as I borrow the dime, I look at it, I go, remember this, okay? What do we got? 2004, or in this case, of course, I say 2001. Remember that. And I don't say, oh, let me look at the date on the dime. Oh, the date on this dime borrowed by you is blah, blah, blah. I simply say, I look at it and I say, you don't even have to say anything about the date. You can actually just look at it carefully and just say 2005. Remember that. That's all you have to say. People will figure out that by 2005, you probably mean the frickin' date. Okay, so, but you're one ahead. It's a little subtlety here. You don't have to do this, okay? But you're one ahead. Now, when I go to my pocket to get the gum, they can either both be in my pocket. I can come out like this and transfer it over here like that, okay? Or I can put both hands in my pockets and take the gum out in one hand and take this out with one hand while getting this out of my other pocket at the same time. Whatever I want, what I ultimately need, though, is I need the piece of gum underneath here, okay? And I'm holding it. Now, you can hold it with your fingertips, okay? Or if you want to be really, you can hold it with one. You can hold it just gingerly with the tip of one finger, right? Or you could even hold it between a couple of fingers, and that way you can have it rest totally flat in the hand, and it's actually resting between your fingers. Here, all I'm going to do is a very simple, basic thumb palm. I'm going to take it and apparently tap it against it. Looks great. I mean, really looks like this sucker, boom, goes inside. All I'm doing is I'm taking the larger action of turning the hand over and going down, and I'm rolling the first finger into the thumb, leaving it thumb palmed, okay? And I do that whole thing, and at the same time I let the gum fall, and there's this beautiful illusion of the dime hitting this, vanishing. We don't know where it went, but at the same time, something clearly falling through. So did the dime penetrate down or whatever? And you could verbally say, I've just knocked out the gum, which of course leaves the, and as you say, leaves the dime inside, or you can just let the image, the action speak for itself. Show it both sides, okay? Very fair, and I love the fact that this hand is empty except for the dime at the start. You go boom, it falls through, and now this hand can be shown fairly too, okay? Push this out. Now, I don't hand this out to somebody at this point so they can see it's... Now, notice that you could do this and it's still magical, okay? But I think the thing to do is have that image register for everybody, all right? Then come over and pop out the dime into someone's hand. leaving now no evidence because it just popped out through there. Now they can examine this. There's nothing suspicious to find. They can examine that. And of course, you pass this on to someone obviously this is like a souvenir. Someone can chew this. You say, there you go, a little magic souvenir. And as they chomp it, you have the private satisfaction of knowing that this filthy little piece of gum has been sitting in your unwashed jean pockets for weeks.